All right, Legacy, so glad to grab you here in between the matches. How do you feel beating a god team like Tempest?
I feel it's amazing. I mean, I think coming in, we all kind of did our own power rankings, and I had them as like the best team. So a lot of respect for the Korean players travel so far to play, and I mean they're legends from the past. So it feels awesome to win.
Yeah, it feels awesome playing them. Feels probably even more awesome winning against them. You have just played Karasim on Sky Temple. Now Karasim is like it's a bit of an iffy kind of healer, right? It's one that you see a lot in competitive, a lot more than you see them in like regular Storm League. So what are your thoughts on Karasim on Sky Temple as a map, and how did it really fit into your composition?
I think on Sky Temple it's one of his better maps. I think there's a lot of like 2-man, 3-man brawls, which I think he excels at. Very rotational. And then, you know, as far as that game went, they showed the Abathur, which generally you want some kind of like Genji, Tracer, things like that. And so Karasim's generally good into those heroes. So that was kind of what led our hand into that.
Cool. Then there is one more thing that I myself was pretty curious about, and I saw this coming out from you yesterday when you were playing Deckard Cain. Specifically was that you guys had a lineup of Tracer Tychus, and you went for the big pots instead of the Ancient Blessings. Is this like, is this something that you just find more valuable, or is it comfort? How does it have to do anything with the comms maybe? What is your choice for big pots there on level 13?
Yeah, so if you look at like Tracer, when Tracer gets a big pot, it's almost like a full heal. I think depending on the comp that you run, the tank that you're running, if you want to go for more like burst one shot, I go for Blessings, but I think just both scenarios we had Tracer with it, and so I think big pots, especially like we're playing like Johanna, like slower fights, the bigger sustain and almost like a full heal for Tracer every time tends to get more value.
You guys lost one map. It was a Garner map. What was like the shaky moment there, and what happened? Where did it go downhill?
I think the biggest thing was the first tribute, or whatever, it's Garden Terror or whatever, it spawned on our side. We kind of stalled it out a bit. We couldn't actually get the cap. They did a good job of stalling with Mei, and eventually there was a call that there were two top, so we went in aggressively 4v3, and Genji rotated that time, killed us, took that, and when you lose the first one on your side, it's just really bad from a momentum perspective, especially because our comp should be ahead in like the wave camp clear over theirs, and so when you kind of fall behind that in the early game, then it just became really hard late game, because basically the way our comp worked, we had like Junkrat Deckard, which you really want to have set up on a point. You want to play around your traps, play around your potions, and it was so hard once we lost those buildings to play out on the map. So
yeah, they really took the momentum in that one. But you guys really recovered and showed really dominant performance in the last one here. Now you're going up against Bang Bush, who was the team that beat Tempest earlier today. What are your thoughts going into that? Anything you're going to be looking out for specifically?
Well, we also played them yesterday, Friday, whenever it was, and so we lost to them. And it was a 3-0, but we feel like we threw two of those games, so we think it was a lot closer series than really, the score shows. So we're kind of doing some draft prep afterwards, trying to figure out where we think things went wrong, and I guess we'll see if it worked.
Yeah. Anything you're looking to ban? Who's the player that you're going to focus mostly?
I think Ultralisk is someone that, if you've watched the tournament, he's been carrying all tournament, just like last time he was here in Miami. So he's hard to man out. So I think we've seen some tendencies of like what he likes in situations, and maybe we can kind of anticipate some things better even without banning them. So.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Legacy, and best of luck in the grand finals.
Thank you.